good music and blessing us consistently. All right, so it's time for us to talk about the bill that has become law. Where you heard in the previous hour, it made the big stories because indeed at this time it's one of the biggest stories that the president signed the Electoral Act of 2022, the Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2026 into law. It follows the passage of the bill by the National Assembly on Tuesday after months of deliberations. The president signed the bill at the State House on Wednesday in the presence of top government officials, including the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, and the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila. He said the essence of democracy is to have very solid discussions committed to national development and nation building, essential for the stability of the nation. So we hear from the president, and then we get into the conversation.
The essence of democracy is to have very solid brainstorming discussions committed to national development and nation building, the stability of the nation. It's not as important as the history aspect of this. What is crucial is the fact that you manage the process to the extent there will be no confusion, no disenfranchisement of Nigerians, and that we are all going to see democracy flourish.
Well, the president said it's high time Nigerians had confidence in their own system. He weighed in on the ongoing debate over the transmission of election results.
As long as you appear personally in any polling booth, ballot paper is given to you manually, you decide in a corner and you cast your vote without hindrance. Ballots are subsequently sorted and counted manually. It's just the arithmetic accuracy that is entered into from easy thing. It's still manual, essentially, and we need to avoid glitches, interference, unnecessary hacking in this age of computer inquisitiveness.
All right. So that has stirred lots of reactions, but I'm particularly concerned about the position of the opposition, the different parties, and possibly together as a unit. My guest fills that void. His Favour, Reuben, the National Deputy Organizing Secretary of the Labour Party. He was also the state chairman of the party, the national chairman, South-South Democratic Movement, and Peter Obi's campaign director in the South-South. Good day, Mr. Reuben. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, listener.
All right. So, you are a Labour Party chieftain, and I'm certain that you've heard about the amendment to the Electoral Act. What is the Labour Party's position on this act at this time?
Well, what I want to say, Nigeria should know that we are evolving. We are in a process of evolving. And the Labour Party will look at the amendment that have been done, and we also know that it's part of the process into the election. So we are not particularly fighting too much against it, because one thing I've learned is that government is continuing. This government will come, they will do something. The other one will come, they will do something. And so my advice is not just the electoral signing. It's not just that to the opposition. My advice to the opposition is to put their house together, is to work, because there is nothing you will do that the position of the government will change now. So what you need to do as an opposition is to put your house together, is to work effectively, to make sure you conquered. Now they have given us a sign where people are arguing that it's going to be a provisor they put into it to make sure that there is rigging or there is no rigging, and that's why people are shouting. But actually there is an electronic transmission, and opposition must prepare themselves, because the problem we are having in opposition is that we don't prepare, we are not organized. And while the ruling party is busy organizing, it's just like today, you see the whole opposition party, including Labour Party, having issue in the national. We've not been able to galvanize, we've not been able to bring ourselves together, we've not been able to have a direct focus of where we are going. And it happened everywhere. In PDP, you see problem. In even the ADC that people are thinking is their messiah, they are also having a problem.
Now, Mr. Reuben, some people say that the APC is the reason for these problems in the opposition.
I don't think so. I take exception for that. I've told people APC have no hand in any opposition problem. The opposition themselves, for example, we had issue in Labour Party when Mr. Peter Obi was there. We met with Mr. Peter Obi, call this problem, bring it down so that we can settle everybody. He was dodging it.
What do you mean he was dodging it?
He did not want to attend to any of the problem. Well, and you heard him say one time he was talking that he did not come to fix party. He came to fix Nigeria. And so when you have character that are in opposition, that are not ready to be opposition, now you now blame the president. I am a member of Labour Party National Working Committee, and I know the effort we put in to make sure that Labour Party have issue and we to settle the problem. We went to him with a committee that he set up. Every recommendation they gave to him, he never touched it. Today, you now say it's APC that is causing the problem.
What was the major problem with the Labour Party?
After the election, there was an issue between Apapa and Abure.
Okay. And
that thing make Abure to be suspended. Now, when the issue was supposed to be settled, we met with Peter Obi, call Abure, call Apapa, so that this thing will not escalate.
Would Peter Obi doing that have solved the problem?
Certainly, because everybody in the party respected him. But he did not do it. This committee is set up. They came up with eminent Nigerians, some retired generals. They call us and we talk. They took those things to him and he didn't do anything about it. And so my point is, most of the problem you are seeing in opposition party are not caused by the ruling party. They are caused by the people inside the party. Because if you as an individual in a party did not bring problem, outside that will not come and join you.
Okay, so I digress a bit, but I need to, because now we are on the subject of the problems in the opposition. Would you also say the same for the PDP? People believe the APC is very much responsible for the problems in the PDP.
Like I've said to you, Oracle, every problem of opposition political party starts within the party. It is when you start that problem that you give opportunity for somebody that want to win you to come in. If you are together and you refuse any problem to come, okay, for example, PDP want to go for convention. Some people went to court. Sule Lamido, he said, you refuse me to buy form. And he went to court. And court said, since you refuse him, that convention should not hold. And they went ahead and hold the convention. Why can't they stop at that time and call for a reconciliation committee and they come together and work as one and come out with their position? But you give opportunity to the opposition party, which everybody, even me, as I am today, Labour Party we are in government, and I see any opposition that want to challenge me and they have problem, I'll be glad to make sure that problem increase. So it is within the opposition political party that are creating this problem for themselves.
Let's take the case of the PDP again. The FCT minister, who is a major player in the current crisis they have, who has boldly, clearly, loudly vocalized his support for the president and the government as a PDP member. Now, you have to give credit to the APC in some way, shape, or form by using the FCT minister to destabilize the party. Don't you think that's a factor?
I don't think they use the FCT minister to destabilize. I've told you, destabilization of political party is within. The thing that eat the trees is not from outside. What eat the tree is something that is inside.
Okay.
And so if something inside eating the tree and the tree is about to fall, you can push it easily and the thing will fall. So the issue of Nyem Sonwike can even say, I am supporting Mr. President. He's a one man. And the rest can say, no, we are not going to support Mr. President, but let's do the right thing. And they will do the right thing.
But that's exactly what's happening. The rest have said they are not supporting the
president. They are not doing the right thing, because if court say don't go ahead with convention, why not call these people and say, okay, we will stop this convention and let's reconcile ourselves and go ahead. Politicians know how to play politics. In we can say, I am not going to support any other candidate. I must support Tinubu. He's a one man. That's me. And he is not bigger than the whole PDP. So if all the PDP feel that Wike is the owner or is the one who is bigger than them, then that's why they are following. So to me, I don't see anything opposition, like I generalize it. I don't see any opposition that APC is helping. It is the opposition themselves that create their problem for outsider to come in. So if opposition should come together and agree today, like we are talking of Electoral Act today, as we are talking, opposition are still running helter-skelter. You look at the ADC, they don't even know who is the presidential candidate.
No, they
now, but look at APC.
They have to have primaries first now. Before
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But there are people that already know this is our candidate and they are pursuing, they are working towards it. And they are still, all the opposition are still struggling. Who will be candidate? Time is going. Who will be candidate? And somebody is working for more than 3 years, building a structure that will win. Like if Obi have remained in Labour Party and build Labour Party, settle the problem of Labour Party and remain in Labour Party till today, Obi would have been sure. Remember after the convention of Nnewi, the national chairman then declare Obi as a sole candidate of Labour Party. If Obi have remained in Labour Party, build Labour Party, he won't be running after this little structure today. At least most of these people in ADC would have joined him in Labour Party, and he would have been sure that he is the candidate and he will be building. By today, I'm telling you, Labour Party will have been one of the mega political party that government would have been afraid of.
Mr. Reuben, if I read your body language and say that you are aggrieved because Obi left the party and now you're taking out on the ADC, would I be wrong?
You are wrong. I'm not aggrieved because he left the party. I'm even happy that he left.
No, but
because he came into the party and give us cosmetic success and put it back.
Cosmetic success.
Cosmetic, yes, because everybody came with the senator, the rep, all of them have left. So it was cosmetic.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
You say what?
It's not his fault.
It's his fault. That's what I'm saying. If he has remained and built, they won't have the opportunity to be defecting.
Okay.
But because he decided not to, because most of these senators, I was close to some of them, they called him, they met with him, intervene in this matter. He will not. Obi is a man who is afraid of solving problem.
So
because of that, everybody in the party ran away. That's why you see him run away. Obi is that character is in him. He was in PDP problem, he run to ABGA, from ABGA back to PDP, from PDP back to Labour, from Labour today. And that's why I said the opposition are not prepared. Because if you look at all the people in ADC, the 3 people that want to run election are serial defectors. From one party to the other, one party to the other, one party. Look at Tinubu. If you look at Tinubu, whether you like it or not, the man started as AD governor. All the western states defected to PDP. He remains there and build AD. From AD to AC, from AC to ACN, from ACN today they have APC, and the man is being consistent. These are the character that you know that they can become something. He have an ambition to be president of Nigeria, and he was building the structure. But look at this man now that are running ADC. Look at Atiku. He will go here today, the next day he will go here. He will go here today, the next day he will go here. I'm actually the same thing. All of them are running up and down. So how do you think this one will have a structure that will defeat the incumbent? And now we are not saying because of Electoral Act. Even if they say real-time electronic transmission of result, they will still defeat opposition because opposition is not prepared.
Okay, so a break is coming up. I'll put this out there before we go on this break. Don't you think it's a plus to the ADC for having so many heavyweights that would make their primaries robust? You have Atiku, you have Obi, you have, well, I don't know if Erufai intends to run, you have Amechi. These 4 men who have some level of political clout being under one party. Will that not help the profile of the party?
Can 2 captains be in a boat?
Well, the thing is, the primaries will decide who the captain is. But having that profile of heavyweights.
Don't worry. After the primary, we'll know where ADC is heading to.
We'll take this break, and when we return, we'll know where everyone is heading. Stay with us. Amended Electoral Act. After months of deliberations, the president signed the bill at the State House on Wednesday. My guest is still right here with me. He's Mr. Favour Reuben, the National Deputy Organizing Secretary of the Labour Party. He is a Labour Party chieftain, National Chairman, South Democratic Movement, and Peter Obi, Campaign Director in the southern part of the country. You're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right. So interesting conversations happened before the break. You shortly be a part of it. Now, the question I asked before the break was, is it not to the ADC's credit that they have that many heavyweights before their primaries? Does that not help the profile of a party?
No, certainly help the profile of the party. The ADC should be happy that they have a lot of heavyweights in quotes. Because to me, when you go into the primary, is when you will know. And luckily, the newly signed Electoral Act have said is going to be only two options for primary, either direct or consensus. So let's see how they are going to do it to make sure that, because when you hear all of them said, Atiku said, I must run. Peter Obi said, I will not vice anybody. Amechi say, I will not vice anybody. So let's see, is it on one ticket they are going for? Let's see how the ADC will come together. It's good luck to them that they have heavyweight that is in their party to bring the profile of their party to the limelight, because nobody knows ADC before now. These people have come in, and that's what I'm saying. If Obi have remained Labour Party, most of these people that move into ADC would have been under him, and he won't be struggling with anybody for ticket. He will just get his ticket on the platter of go. And going to ADC today, if they go for direct primary, it's going to be very tedious. People did not know. Very difficult, because you are going to settle all your agents that will monitor from every unit of Nigeria for you to be a president. So I see some people were celebrating that it will give advantage to Peter. I say you people do not understand what they call direct primary. Everywhere they'll be doing it, and money will exchange hands, whether you like it or not. Because anybody that come from their house in the community and they see somebody giving 100 naira to somebody, they will do it. So it's going to be very tedious and very expensive. The money that will be involved will be bigger than even when they were paying to delegates. So, and if you say consensus, for who and who is going to sit down and say, okay, I want to step down. When all of them are saying, I'm not stepping down, I'm not going to be vice. So that's why I said, good luck to the ADC, but they should be able to manage that situation. Because when you have a lot of heavyweight in quote that are in your party, if you don't know how to manage them, there will be explosion.
Don't you think, Mr. Reuben, that it is problematic that we have come to accept this dysfunction that is, would I call it vote manipulation, inducement? The idea that direct primaries literally involves the exchange of money and we are okay with it.
We are not saying we are okay with it. Like I said, we are growing. Nigeria is growing. We have not reached there yet. When we reach there, most of these things, today people are so hungry. And if you tell somebody they want to give you 1,000, and this one say, don't worry, vote for me with your conscience. Nigeria, you should know what will happen. We are growing. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not endorsing it. Because what that one to me is telling you is that if you don't have money, you cannot contest. Because it's going to be more tedious than delegate. So if you don't have enough cash where you can give to people, you cannot. So I'm not saying giving money is endorsement. No. But I'm telling you that by the Nigerian situation, let's not deceive ourselves. If we want to deceive ourselves, we can deceive ourselves. But when you get to the field, most of us are involved in election. When you get to the field, talk to everybody you can talk to. But whoever that come and say, come, go there, is where they go. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. And it's going to be very strong. That direct primary. It's going to be very tough.
All right. We know that if Obi had remained with the Labour Party, he would have been the consensus candidate.
Simple.
For 2027, because he was candidate in 2023. So it's a no-brainer to still have him there. But I think that it is unfair for you to blame him for the problems in the party simply because he did not intervene.
If you have a family, you are the husband, and the two children are fighting, and instead of you to separate them or bring them together, you run away from your house to become servant to another house, who will they blame? Who will they blame?
Do you know if he had attempted?
I am telling you, I was directly involved. It's not that they are telling me. I was directly involved. And I know how many times we want to meet with him. I don't want to mention those committee members.
And what reasons did he give for not?
He was always avoiding anything that have to do with talking to people. In fact, one of the general told me that will be a phobia for settling matters. That they have done everything possible for him to talk.
Mr. Reuben, we're talking about a one-time governor of Anambra State. We're talking about a man who has had his history.
I am not telling you. I am
in the financial sector. I'm not the one that
says so. He's the committee member he set up.
We're talking about a man who has risen through different levels of a career that required solving problems.
Maybe
and dealing with those kind of people.
Business problem. He had the ability to solve business problem. But when you talk of political problem,
yeah, but he was a governor.
He was a governor. How did he win?
Yeah, but he also had to go to court.
How did he win?
Right, his journey to governorship in Anambra was difficult.
In Anambra, he ride on the back of Ojukwu.
Okay.
He ride on somebody else's back.
Now,
so becoming a governor in Anambra, where the Alambarian believe that Abga is their own. Any goat that run election on Abga in Alambra always win. Have you ever seen any party?
Yeah, but Obi faced stiff opposition.
Certainly,
the assembly,
because
we're not exactly on his side. When he had a very tough time, right, running the affairs of Anambra at that time. So to imagine that same man, someone would say, again, it's not a question of believing or not believing. It's hard to imagine that going through all of this.
What I've just told you is not my words. What I've told you is the people he set up as reconciliatory committee that came and said, we have met with him 3 times to settle this matter. That they are thinking he have phobia. So it's not my talk. I'm not saying Obi have phobia. I said this is what they told us. And so in Alambra, all of them speak one language. They are all brothers. They know how to do it. Nigeria politics is different from Alambra politics. When you come to the Nigerian stage, it's different from Alambra. You see, when we were campaigning, there was something he even told senator. We had meeting with the incoming senator and rep, and they were saying, Mr. Obi, can you work with us? Let's work together so that we can win this election. You know what he told them in Abuja? He said, don't bother yourself. If I win, I will carry all of you along, even if you fail. That when I was a governor, I was having opposition and I carried it. And now we now said, are you telling me, Senate, you control in state, governor control assembly. In national, you can't control them. You cannot. And you're not telling them, don't worry. Even if you look at the campaign he was doing, you see that it was a personal campaign. He never campaigned for any candidate of Labour Party. He never. So that's what I'm saying. Unlike people who just want to lie. You know, when they were telling, or when we were carrying this problem on our head about Obi, I was carrying my head. I don't see anybody that, because even in the midnight I was going to Cross River, I was going to Bayelsa, I was passing through water to campaign. And some of the people call me, even Alambra people, some of them in Port Harcourt, they say you don't know Obi. That the way you are seeing Obi, and I will quarrel you, I will fight you. The moment you talk anything against Obi. Now why? Because I believe I have a man who have integrity, who can do something for us. But close working with him, I now realize what the people were saying. I say, oh, maybe some of us were making me, like today, some people will attack me because of Obi.